What's up guys, it's Oblivious Gamer here, and well, not much to talk about these past couple of days, so instead I wanted to talk about a game I managed to play this weekend, and that game is called Starwing Paradox. Starwing's Paradox is a mecha arcade game by Square Enix with animation produced by Sunrise. The arcade machine is quite interesting. It is like a machine with two pedals and two flight sticks, and there's also a touchscreen at your side. The seat actually moves and adjusts to the position that you're flying, so it adds a pseudo, 4D-ish effect, because as you're flying, boosting, and like moving around, your seat is just moving also with you. And it was like, it's a bit cool, or it could be dizzy depending on who you are. The mechs I want to add are quite interesting looking, at least I like the designs of them. I think that was very cool the way that they look. The game also had a interesting style, as it's a multiplayer arcade game with 2 teams of 8 players. Each pilot giant humanoid mechs in a battle to control the playing field and assault the opposing team base. So it was sort of like a capture the zone, and there's multiple zones that you have to capture. The object of the game is to destroy the opposing team's core, which is protected by a barrier that can only be brought down by capturing 3 of the 5 neutral objectives. So a lot of this game looks interesting, it's fast paced, it's crazy. You're just seeing so much things happening when you're watching some of the gameplay. And even as I was playing it, I was like, wow, this looks really cool and feels fun. Now, sadly, before you jump up and like, well, can I play it in Japan? And the answer is no. The game actually enjoyed a very short lifespan. If we are to be honest, the game was released in November of 2018. By November 2020, updates for the game were discontinued, with servers shutting down October 2021. So the game enjoyed a lifespan of 2 years plus an extra year of just servers being live. As you can probably realize due to the timing, there's a lot of things that of course led to the game being shut down. One of the biggest factors is of course the pandemic, which caused a lot of arcades in Japan to suffer. Some had to shut down, some had to rebrand. So of course that affected the sales for Starwing Paradox because people weren't going to play the game. Another factor is Square Enix basically pivoted away from arcade games. I mean, Square Enix hasn't released an arcade game since 2019, and as far as I understand, the only arcade game they're still running, and as far as I see, this could be wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, is Million Arthur Arcana Blood, which is like a fighting game. And even with that, they're sort of like running it on the side. Like, I think their website shut down a while ago. With Starwing Paradox having no servers, that means you can't enjoy the 8v8 multiplayer that, was the main focus. You can still play the game. However, the way that it works is the game comes with a tutorial / demo that works offline, and that is what you can play, and that's what I got to play. And I played the demo and I thought, hey, this was fun playing, and I would have loved to experience that 8v8 multiplayer. I personally enjoy the controllers. Definitely something that I need a lot of practice, because there's a lot of movements, pressing the pedal and the flight stick at the same time, trying to combine. Like, there's a lot if you're not used to it. But I did manage to find a player who was actually experienced in the game, and he knew like what he was doing because he played it a couple of times. And when somebody is playing the game and they know how to pilot the machine, it looks insane, all the stuff that they can do, and it looks fun to watch. I really think there is something cool here, and especially if you manage to watch and find some of the sparse footage that is out there. Sadly, I think this is a game or a franchise we will never see again. Square Enix has been on a very different path, with a questionable focus on some of their goals or what they want to do. So I really don't think they will ever be interested in revisiting Starwing Paradox, even with some people having said they could port or bring a version of the game to consoles and PC, which I think it would be cool, but in my point of view, to bring it to consoles and PC, it would drastically need changes. Which again is why I don't think Square Enix is interested in putting money on something they deem a waste of time. Like, the game would need some rework, it would definitely have to go back into development and like switch and alter some of the stuff, so it's not like a game that they can just grab from the arcade machine and just throw it on the console. Starwing has particular controls, so for it to work on consoles, again, it would need a very big revamp of how you're gonna press stuff, how certain moves would work together, because like there's a move where like you have to press the pedal and the fly stick at the same time, so that would be like what, pressing 2 buttons at the same time, plus at the same time having to engage. Like on a controller, it would just be messy if you try to do a 1-to-1 like port. Plus this is an 8v8 game, and as much as it is cool to have like a bunch of mechs just fighting, we have to be honest, and how long will a game like that last? And when I refer to that, I said the online community. Even Gundam Evolution, a Gundam game, is having trouble maintaining a population, and that is a 6v6 game. The fact that you would need 16 players to start a match in the long term seems not a good idea for a population that will most likely dwindle. So they probably will have to cut down, maybe make it a 4v4 game instead of a 8v8. That's just some of my thoughts. But yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed the arcade game. It's a bit sad not to be able to play the full game, and also that the fact that the game is discontinued, so there's really no way to play it currently, and I don't think there will ever be a way. So yeah guys, this is just another sad tale of mecha video games that have failed, sadly. But yeah, at least, you know, if you're lucky, you can still find like a demo station and give the game a shot. As always though, this is just my thoughts, and I just wanted to talk a bit about Starwing Paradox. What are your thoughts, guys? Have you ever managed to try Starwing Paradox? Feel free to leave your thoughts down below. This has been Oblivious Gamer, and I hope you'll have a wonderful day or night wherever you are.